Blog Talk.
Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience and those tuning in online through our friends at iHeartRadio. We're glad you guys can be with us as well. Well, I think it is no secret to anybody, including myself, that COVID-19 definitely sidelined a lot of plans for us this year, especially when it came to travel. However, I'm already making my plans for 2021, and I know many of you are wondering what's going to be happening for next year as well. But recent surveys show that U.S. travelers from Airbnb are definitely looking at some of the top trends for 2021. And here to talk to us about it, we're excited to welcome back Chris Lehane. You guys know him as the Senior Vice President for Global Public Policy and Communications at Airbnb. We're going to talk to Chris not only about what the survey showed, but also what they're looking at for next year as well. Chris, thank you so much for being back on with us.
Cyrus, always great to have a conversation with you. I hope everyone's safe and healthy out there, and thanks for having me back.
Oh, man, the pleasure is definitely all mine. So as I said, a lot of people are looking to be able to expand into travel again for 2021, Chris. But what is it that you're seeing when it comes to the travel trends that Airbnb is looking forward to for next year?
Yeah, it's a great question. And, it picks up on conversations that we've had previously. But we're seeing something that we call broadly live anywhere. And it's this idea that is, because of the pandemic, just the nature of travel is changing how people think about it, how they think about its relationship to their work, types of places they're staying in, all really blending together. And at a really high level, we see three specific trends out there. And the first is something that we call staycations. And this is the idea that you're going to get into a car, you're going to drive with your family, you're going to get in the whole home, and you'll perhaps stay there a little bit longer than you would typically have stayed, when you took maybe a week or two over the summer or a week during the holidays. The second is with the ability and more people working remotely from home, people are really now integrating their travel and how they're working. And, even the types of places they're trying to identify, they're looking for the infrastructure to help support their work. Wi-Fi, space, rooms, quiet. And then the third element here, and this has really become really clear, and you were touching on it in your opening comments, is that people really are looking for connections that they typically get from travel. The pandemic has really limited the ability of people to spend time with one another. And we've seen this thing emerge called pod travel. And pod travel is sort of a fancy way of saying you've got people who are getting their close friends and they're traveling together, getting a home that they can stay in, or identifying family members and doing a similar type of thing. And that really adds up to is you're getting those human connections, but you're doing it in a way where you have a lot more control over your health and safety. And so those are sort of the top line trends, and we see them playing out this fall and next year, and anticipate that a lot of these will really be enduring even as we work our way through the pandemic.
That's so true, Chris. I'm so glad you mentioned that. I am taking a staycation myself next week, trying to explore some places inside of the state of Mississippi to showcase those. But safety is one of the things I noticed, for when I was on Airbnb.com. That is one of the things that you all are putting as a big priority. A lot of people are thinking about their health and wellness and their safety as well. How is that also impacting Airbnb, Chris, when it comes to helping those who are traveling to feel safe?
Yeah, incredibly important question. Just want to give you a shout out for that staycation. As I'm sure you appreciate, not only is that sort of an interesting way to travel, but also really helping some of those local communities that really do need the economics, especially those rural communities. A place like Mississippi really important, and you get to explore a different part of your own state. Look, at the health and safety thing is foundational. Whether you're traveling on Airbnb or doing any kind of travel, it is a threshold issue, and you need to prioritize your health and safety and your family's health and safety. I do think we do a couple things that are really unique, and it really boils down to three. The first, and we touched on this a little bit, but the fact that you can get a whole home, right? It's your own place. There's not common spaces. You have multiple bedrooms, your own kitchen, you really can exercise maximum control over who you intersect with, who you interact with. The second is something called an enhanced cleaning protocol. Last time we talked, this existed, but it was we have now seen how successful it's been, and it is now mandatory for our hosts. And it's really a 5-step program informed by leading public health care experts, including the former Surgeon General of the United States. It really tries to make sure that we're equipping hosts with everything that they can do to help provide a safe and responsible experience. And then the third piece, and this is really truly unique to Airbnb, is that hosts and guests rate each other on the platform. And amongst the things you get rated on as a host by that guest is the health, safety, cleanliness. You're not going to stay on the platform if you're not getting really high ratings now more than ever before. And really for that reason, it aligns interests. And the vast majority of our hosts have incredibly high ratings when it comes to health, cleanliness, and safety. But you put those three pieces together, and what it really all adds up to is you're trying to give that traveler really, and I've used this word a couple times, but control over their experience so that they're able to make the decisions that allow them to prioritize their health and safety.
And that's one thing that definitely Airbnb has been doing, I've noticed, Chris, as I've been doing various segments like this since the pandemic began, making sure that you all are keeping people updated, making sure that you are allowing us to know the things that you're doing, the features that you're doing to help protect those who are traveling. And I know people appreciate that. Definitely invite our audience to go to Airbnb.com. A lot of great resources there. One of the first things you'll see when you visit the site is the opportunity to explore nearby, something that I'm taking advantage of this month. Definitely something you all can do if you're looking to kind of get out a little bit. Again, everyone, Chris Lehane has been our guest. He's the Senior Vice President for Global Public Policy and Communications for Airbnb. Chris, always a pleasure having you on, and looking forward to having you back on the program again.
Cyrus, thank you, and thank you for that call out. If you go to that Go Near, you'll see something that's really interesting, all sorts of unique and authentic places, and I know you'll get a kick out of this, but everything from A-frame homes to yurts, tree houses, barns, boats. You can even get a baseball stadium in Florida, a World War II submarine in Wisconsin, and if you're really excited, a 8-foot potato in Idaho. So all sorts of really cool and interesting things. And Cyrus, I look forward to our next conversation, and hope you all stay safe there. And thank you always for the conversation.
Well, look, the pleasure's definitely all mine, Chris. Always enjoy our time together. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. I want to say for our Mississippi audience, if you guys go to Airbnb, there's a place in Biloxi has rooms for $36 a night. So a great deal there. So definitely something for you guys to look for. But again, go to Airbnb.com, whether you're joining us here locally in Mississippi or around the world. A great place for you guys to go to be able to see how you can be able to spend some time with your family and friends. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let's make today amazing. Take care.